Hello and welcome to Assorted Meeples. I'm your host, Phillip, and today I'm doing something a bit different. I'm going over my Gencon 2021 haul. These are the games that I personally picked up. Now, none of these in this collection, as if you're looking, you can actually see some of them right behind me. None of these are brand new releases that I'm aware of. These are games I knew about and hadn't been able to afford yet, or just hadn't got around to purchasing. Some brief notes on Gen Con 2021. It was a blast. It was not as busy, not as crazy as it has been the other two times I've went, and that was good. I mean, my first experience at Gen Con was the 50-year anniversary in, I think it was 2017. And that was a lot of people. And then the year after was a lot of people. And then we skipped a year and we're going to go back in 2020, but, you know, then the world kind of decided it didn't want to be a world anymore, and we went this year because we'd bought tickets. Anyways. That being said, it was open. It felt like you had room to move. You were not a packed-in sardine, and it was good. They had closed down the hall a little bit. There was a black panel that kept everybody close in. I tend to disagree with Braden, my other meeple, one of the other meeples that was there, in that they could have left it open and had more room, but it would have felt like the booths were islands in and of themselves rather than having open pockets and wide avenues to walk down. That makes sense. Felt like oceans of booths instead of having avenues to walk down. It had been open waters. And while I get the argument for using all that space and spreading it out more, it may have felt too empty, in my opinion, if they had done it that way. Plus, it did give the vendors a close place to run and rest and relax at if they needed it. Which, if they do, that's awesome. I'm glad they had that space. Being on from 10 in the morning till 6 at night is hard, especially for some of the people that is not necessarily why they got into games, designing a game or into the hobby space for. That being said, I enjoyed it. We did a beer tour, and that turned out fabulous. We met James from the Cobalt Cultists, and that was a good time. Enjoyed hanging out and meeting him. I also got to meet Jesse from Quackalope. I missed Shira, but we got to meet Jesse at Quackalope, and we wound up getting a couple of ducks. Side note, anyways, we did not win anything from that bag of goodies that the ducks had. That being said, so we got a couple of ducks here. I'll leave them right there. Let's get into the haul. Now, this year my wife was really kind, and she went ahead and set aside money for a while because we were doing mandatory overtime at work, which was all the fun in the world. No, not really. But it allowed us to get a few games and get the games that we wanted but didn't necessarily want to spend money on. So without further ado, we're going to start first with Heather's addition to our collection. Now, I may have added a little bit to this by buying the Smorgasbord of Red Dragon Inn. We also got the Keaton Nitrell, because Nitrell is my favorite character and the only character who knows how to work. We also got the original two, whoopsie, and 3. Now, Slugfest Games put together some amazing... Well, this is their primary game, and they have done an amazing job from just the base, scaling it all the way up with all the extra characters. They're releasing number 8 right now, and they have a ton of side characters. Every character I've played with has been competitive. It is not a matter of they're never going to win. It's a matter of how do the cards play out and how your opponent's cards play out too. So, fabulous game. This is one that I was content not getting into and having on our shelves because we don't really have large groups of people over, and this is one that really needs 4 to 6 players. That being said, Braden from Assorted Meeples has all of them, and so I didn't feel the need to get it in our collection. We're going to set this aside right here. Next up, so Onitama is a game we featured on Table for 2, and they came out with Light and Shadow this year. Oh, so I guess this one is new. Anyways, and then I picked up the Way of the Wind and Sensei's Paths, which were preview expansions, which Sensei's Path adds more moves to move around the board, and Way of the Wind added a obstacle onto your board. Light and Shadow looks very interesting because it adds a hidden roll ninja move into it. So I'm stoked to try and play this one against my wife because we have good battles in this game. So I will set those. I don't think that's going to be in frame. We'll set all that right there. So I have probably all the Onitama verse right now that I am aware of. Next up, I will actually bring up this one, which is also from Arcane Wonders. This is Air, Land, and Sea, Critters at War. Now, I picked this one up specifically because it was 2 players and the artwork. It has very simple gameplay where you're trying to take war theaters, either land, air, or sea, and get victory points for winning a hand with those as you're playing cards down. It is a fabulous, simple yet complex little game where once you get playing, it gets really challenging very fast. I got those from the Arcane Wonders booth. I was happy I found those. So I bought the Everdell playing cards. I didn't take any B-roll of this, mainly for the promo card that they came out with. Since I went all in Everdell on their last campaign, since that was all of it. So yeah, that's what I did. And I would not have got the playing cards, but I had to get the promo. So, not that I don't want to support them, but I just wanted a promo card. So I have pretty much everything. From Games Right, I got a game that I'd never seen of theirs before. Yokai, I do believe is how you're spelling it. It's a memory game that you're not talking, and it's a cooperative memory game where you're not talking. You are trying to get all the spirits bunched together by type, and there are 4 colors that you're trying to work together, or trying to get to work together, and everybody's moving, but you can only use clues. You can't say this card is that. You have clue cards that you can lay down and tell somebody what they are. Now, they may be an actual, like, 1, where you're saying this is what it is, or it could be 3 different colors and you're trying to make them guess, or trying to get them to move that one in the right direction. Next up, nope. We're going to go here first, I do believe. So, not new, but new to my collection, we have That's Pretty Clever and Twice as Clever. These are roll and write games where you're dropping dice in and filling out your board, similar to Yahtzee with different scoring dynamics. By Stronghold Games, these have blown up my board game geek groups page time to time, and so I wanted to get them in my collection for that reason. Put those right there. I don't even know if this is going to be in frame, but I'm trying, people. Next up, we're going to stop at, this is by Redshift. This is Kittens in a Blender, the Deluxe Edition in a fancy metal tin. I adore this game for its simplicity, the chaos that it brings to the table, and the butthurt that most people leave the table with after playing it. You are kind of a terrible human being and should apologize to every cat you see after playing this game. But it's fabulous. Go out and buy it if you don't have it. This edition has the expansion, so you can play up to 6 players. My kids played it, and we're starting to get it. And the youngest one is 5. I picked this up at the Rather Dashing Studios as they were working with Redshift. And I also picked up this game by called Paiko. It is by Catalyst, but Rather Dashing works with Catalyst, and they said, hey, this is a game not getting any light because this is not your normal forte. Let us put it in our booth. And on Sunday, I saw it and gave it the time and a good description, and the Rather Dashing guys were just fabulous to hang out with and talk to, and really sold this game for me. So this is a fun 2-player game where it's an area control that you are trying to take other people. Well, you're trying to get into another person's territory, and you're trying to win to 10 points by holding enemy territory. I've yet to get that one to the table, but I'm looking forward to it because I remember when it came out and hearing about it. They based it on the game Pai Sho from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm going to grab this one next. This is Gladius by Cat Quartet Games, and published, I do, in part by Deepwater Games, which is where I picked it up, was at the Deepwater booth. Now, these guys, Deepwater's is doing a great job of picking up small game designers and helping them get their stuff out there. This game on Kickstarter looked interesting, but not enough for me to hit that back button. But then seeing it on the table and having it described to me, I was willing to spend the money on it. I have not got this to the table, but this is one I feel like we as the Meeples crew will enjoy, as we tend to enjoy games that allow us to manipulate and mess with the board state a lot and with each other. So very much looking forward to getting that one to the table. Next up, I bought from BarBEARia Games, Barbarian Battlegrounds, The Tales of BarBEAria. Now, this is not an expansion. This is a complete new game, and I bought the little expansion pack that goes with the this game called Candy Horde. Now, this game, to me, feels very much like what Barbarian Battlegrounds could have been under another year or so's development. I have not fully played it. I have not played a game, but that's what it feels like just from the look of it. And I love this universe, and I love the art, and I love how it plays. So this was a kind of like, oh yeah, I can buy that. Like I said, I had a budget this year, and I didn't feel like I couldn't get anything except for like 1 or 2 games. My only complaint is getting it punched out and put together, is that I have got to figure out a better storage solution for this game, as the one that's in here did not work very well. So that is Tales of BarBEAria. Yeah, needless to say, I got to go a little crazy, and I feel kind of bad, but not too terribly bad because I had the money. I didn't go over budget. These are Squadro and Quoridor. Now, these two games are by Gigamic, but I picked them up from a group called Hatchet, and they've brought together a few different French companies, board game companies. I played these at Gencon, and it was yeah, these are worth getting. These are very simple, very small brain teaser puzzles, you versus somebody else, that don't take a lot of time, don't have a lot of rules, but when you get playing, it's that grind that comes out of it that I really enjoy in a good game that these provide. Squadro, you're just trying to get your boats, stylized boats, down and back. And if you get past, you got to start over on your lane you're going down. Quoridor, you are trying to stop your opponent from getting to the other side while getting to the other side yourself. And you can be a straight up jerk to each other doing it. Yes, Callahan, there's still some salt. Callahan's the other one, Meeple that went with us. Now, this game is a guilty pleasure. Moonshine Empire. Now, when I saw it, I was told I couldn't back it because I backed too many games. And I was right on the tail end of it. So, but this game, I was not expecting to see there. They had a small booth. They had a display. They were direct mailing them from the warehouse at the place. So, they were quite happy with being able to get people this game. I think I've even put all these cases space up too. This is a game where you're trying to show Pappy that you can take over for him. And Pappy wants you to deliver moonshine while avoiding the cops, or the sheriff, and the gators. The sheriff loves money and the gators love booze. You're using vehicles to run around and carry your moonshine to the center and make customers happy by delivering alcohol to them. This is one I look forward to getting to at the table because it is all the ridiculous that we at the Assorted Meeples crew love. I'm going to scoot this in back. This is by Barrel Aged Games. I do believe this is their first game they've come out with, and I will probably be doing some more stuff with this hopefully very soon. Next up, I've got from the Elio booth. Elo booth? I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyways, this is King of Tokyo Dark Edition and the New York Power-Up. I got the New York Power-Up because I wanted the shark. And the King of Tokyo, I was not planning on getting the Dark Edition because it didn't look like it added too much. But after a gameplay last Thursday on the Assorted Meeples crew, whenever this gets published, this was worth the investment. I also picked it up because I got the Space Penguin upgrade or promo for it for free. So I wasn't arguing at that point. I have never played King of New York, and I have not played with either of the game's power-ups. So, that being said, fabulous, solid game. Still, added extra stuff that made it even more of a tense battler that I was not expecting. I don't think anybody was expecting that on that game. And boy howdy were those some good games. I'm going to set that one down right there. And finally, I picked up, oh my goodness, My Little Scythe. And the expansion for it, Pie in the Sky. Now, that's no fun. Now, My Little Scythe, I've already got a gameplay of, and it takes the best parts of Scythe, simplifies them, keeps them, and streamlines the game so well. It doesn't look like Scythe, no. Scythe is beautiful. But this is absolutely adorable. The minis are on point. Everything is on point in this game, and I am quite happy with it. And Heather liked it, so we are definitely going with that. There is one game not pictured here that rounded out the last of my games that I have bought, and that is Dodos Riding Dinos. Mainly because it is not in distribution yet. I pre-ordered it because I want it, I needs it, give it to me now. I mean, I can print and play it, but I just don't have time for that right now, sadly. I wish I did, but I don't. No, I can't even say soon. Anyways, these are all my games that I got that got added to the collection that now pushes it over 125 games in my collection, which I know for some of you guys, you're going to be like rookie numbers. But for me, I don't have shelf space, and I kind of feel guilty. I got to find a way to get all these put away. But that's my problem, not yours. Again, Gencon was a blast. Thanks for watching, guys. And leave comments if you have these games or if you want more information on these games down in the section below, or comment section below. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe. Check us out on Patreon and get into our Discord where you can chat with us and all of our zany antics over there, because that's what we do. We mess around over there on our private Discord, and it is great fun. Check us out on Facebook, on our website, where we constantly have articles coming out on different D&D feats and everything like that, and other board game news or video game news that we like to cover. So we will see you guys next time, and in the meantime, keep playing games, keep doing what you love. All right, bye.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.